What up, though? Welcome to Montana Notes. This is a free reading, so please only take what resonates with you. This reading is for all signs. It's a general reading. If you would like to book a personal reading, my page is always open. You can contact me at 910 and 444-5392. Remember that the cards do speak in past, present, and future. Again, only take what resonates with you. Remember, what resonates with me might resonate a little bit differently with you. So let's go ahead and jump into this card reading. Um, the first card that you're starting off with is a Four of Wands. I feel like here this is like somebody's hard work that's finally paying off. This is someone who also as well too, I feel like there has been a lot of family disputes as well too. You've been really struggling like with raising your kids as well too, not getting through to your kids. But this is also saying that that stuff is coming together, even it's not what it looks like. Okay, it might not seem what it looks like. Okay, that this is some celebration coming along, that the family's coming together, the family's realizing that's all we have in this world is our family, that family is most important. Like my father always told me, it's like education is number one and family is number one. But with this Four of Wands, it's like a couple celebrating. Okay, the children are happy, they're looking up to the sun. I also feel like this is someone who just got into a new home, they just got the keys to their new home. Again with the Four of Wands too, this is like somebody who's been doing like a lot of wishing and praying as well too, and it's like their wishes are coming true. Their prayers are coming abroad as well too. You have the Death card here with the Knight of Swords. So again, when I see this Death card here, it makes me realize that again those hard times are coming to an end. Okay, so again it's like you've been struggling um with going to work early every morning or something. There's going to be some type of change here. I feel like maybe your schedule is going to change. You're going to be able to get into like mid shift, or you're going to go into night shift as well too. Is like those hours are more accommodatable to you as well too. But you do have the Knight of Swords here, so times have felt like barbaric. It's like it's like you're hungry, you're real hungry for this stuff, and it's like you haven't stopped, but at the same time I feel like you haven't been able to catch any breaks. But again, with this Four of Wands here too, it's time for celebration. Like it's been nonstop, like just slaughter after slaughter after slaughter, like things not going your way. And now with this Death card, is representing that those things are happening for you. That could also mean here too, somebody has been celebrating their 40th birthday. And I just want you to realize that a lot of times when you're in those tens, like when you turn 20, things are very difficult when you're facing those next 10 years. When you hit 30, again, it's like a slap in your face and facing those next 30 years. And then like 40 years, you got to realize that you're almost there to your golden years, which is 50 and above. But here it's like it's gonna be tough every time you hit those decades, that it can be very difficult. But if you are celebrating your 40th birthday, I feel like here that's a congratulations, because do you know how fucking hard it is just to get to 35, 40, 45 years old of age. Like back then it's like if you could live to be in your 20s, like that was long life. But definitely here it's like if you're living to be in your 40s and such, well, you definitely need to celebrate, because again that is like representing long life and accomplishments as well too. Okay, so sometimes we don't see things the way that we want to see them happening for us. Like say, oh, we graduated college, we got a promotion at work, but we're just not where we thought we was. We thought we was going to be living in the city. We thought we was going to be, in that nice suite, that nice hotel, taking vacations and things like that, and we just haven't been able to see it yet. Well, this is saying that these things are going to be happening for you, that those old times are come to pass. Okay, so new things are happening for you. It's like the hourglass has been turned over, so now it's your time. Okay, it's your time to shine as well too. You could also be dealing with the Scorpio here as well too. There is some air element in your chart as well too. There's some water here, there's some fire here. The only thing we haven't seen yet is that earth. So again, take what resonates with you as well too. I feel like too that these things that you have been going through, it makes you feel like half of a man. Okay, it makes you feel like half of a woman. Like you did everything that you were supposed to do, but then again, you're not seeing yourself where you thought you would be at by this point. But those things are happening for you now in this Page of Cups. Okay, it just is saying that things are slow moving anytime you see the page. Okay, so the page hasn't got to the knight, it hasn't got to the kings yet, but there is fruitation coming in your life with these grapes here. Okay, so again, it's like, taking the time to smell the roses, taking the time to pluck those berries off the vine and, eat it, treat yourself, maybe with some strawberries, or, just grapes off the vine, or whatever that could be, or a glass of wine for celebration as well too. Again, it's like, also here too, it's like there's some type of creature of the night here. It's like that owl, like that owl is always watching too as well too. A lot of times the Native American, that owl also represents death as well too, with this death card here too. But then again, it's all about how much you give into something, how much you believe into something as well too. Okay, because again, this owl is also representation of something that goes with ancient knowledge. So it's tapping into your ancient knowledge. Okay. This also, again, when I was talking about visiting that ranch, there could be some place that you could go, like a vineyard for a date as well too. You're going into the vineyard, you are doing some wine tasting or something, or doing something along where, they had that barrels of wine and things like that too. Again, things coming into fruitation. So it's nice to see that these cards are here too as well too. Somebody could be going through a very spiritual awakening at this moment too. And a lot of times when you have those awakenings, it's for our better judgment, it's for our better good. But then again, it's like, sometimes those awakenings can be very uncomfortable as well too, because we realize we see things about ourselves. We also see our things in like dark attributes about ourselves, like things that other people can see about you that maybe you don't really realize. Like sometimes maybe the way that you say things come off as rude, but to you, you feel like that's the best way to say things, because that's the way it's coming out, it's coming through. So again, just be careful what you say and how you say it. Say what you mean and mean what you say as well too. You do have some flyers here. You have that King of Swords, so I feel like here this is somebody who's not giving up the fight. Okay, so again, they're not giving up the fight. Also too, I feel like your family, even though you feel like your family is struggling as well too, it's like the people, when they go by your house, they see a family, they somebody who represents something that, again, of strength, a family that's close knitted, that stick together as well too. Even though it might seem like, like maybe your parents are disagreeing with the way you do things, or your children are disagreeing with the way that you do things, but again, y'all are going to come together in this situation. Okay, so with this King of Swords here too, it has Vikings, so somebody might have some type of Norwegian background or certain things like that. Again, you had the Knight of Swords here with the King of Swords. So this is like somebody who has a lot of experience. So they went from the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords. So again, like, even though you have done all this fighting, you've done all this struggling and stuff like that, it's like sometimes that shit don't even mean shit. That's like, again, like when that recession hit during a lot of times, people that was already struggling, that shit didn't even bother them, because they were so used to struggling. So it's like, it's whatever. So then again, it's like too, like, for instance, like me, somebody, like when I was growing up, going to college, raising my kids and doing things like that, my lights would get shut off all the time. Okay, but then again, it's like, okay, so I got used to that. So when the storms come through and the lights go off for a few hours or whatever, I don't have electricity for a few hours, that shit doesn't even bother me. I turn that into something good. I want to do campfire stories. I go outside, light a fire, maybe get some marshmallows going, tell stories, spend some time with my family, and again, light a candle, have some type of vigil going on for someone that you loved and lost as well too. Again, always keeping the light on for them as well too. Also, I feel like here too, this is I feel like somebody here is they're really missing somebody, and I feel like it's like a mother figure or something like that. Like this mother figure is telling you that to remember that she has eyes in the back of her head. Okay, she's with you always. She's wherever you go. And just remember that you're not the only one that loves her, that there's a lot of people that love her, and there's a lot of people that she has to look out for as well too. And so just remember that there be times it feel like your mother's love is not there, your mother's love is there forever. Okay, so also remember too, in a way that she could come to you is that you're sitting in a chair and it like feels like somebody kicked your chair, and it's so like she's kind of like rocking you, like everything's gonna be all right. Okay, also as well too, like maybe a tug at the collar. Again, like if they tug you at the collar, or they used to pull your ear or something when you got into trouble, or tug at your collar, this is another way that she comes to you as well too. Okay, we do also have that page of cups here again. You could be dealing with somebody that's within that water element, so Pisces, Cancers, or Scorpio as well too. Again, there's like some strong Scorpio energy in this thing. And remember that Scorpios are addicts, okay? So I feel like this is somebody who's an addict. They're good at what they do. They're the best at what they do. So they continuously strive for that all the time. But at the same time, their challenge with their dark attributes here is not taking a lending hand. Okay, I feel like that's another thing here too. Like they don't follow other people's advice. They continue to do things the way that they want to do, and that's okay because that's what they're used to. All right, so they actually, I feel like they feel like their grind, it doesn't slow down for nobody. Okay, they don't slow down for anyone. But with the seven of pentacles here too, anytime I see seven, I always think about those L words. Okay, love, loss, and luck. Okay, so sometimes we can become hard-headed. Notice in the page of cups here too, he kind of has his horns on as well too. So again, you might be dealing with one of those signs. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Taurus, or a Capricorn as well too, or this could be your energy as well too. But again, it's like you got, just remember that you're not the only one who's on that push and pulley. Okay, that there's other people that help continue the cycle to keep shit going and keep shit going and keep shit going. And again, it's like you're still gonna you're not ever gonna give up this fight. You're gonna continuously to go full heading into this, head first, headstrong. And again, that's again this time there is some celebration coming in for this. Okay, so even if it's hard for you to do, because I realize a lot of times when you continuously work hard, it's like you'll take a break, but you won't slow down for nothing. So you'll continuously to keep going and keep going, and it's like you can't even take a break. Like you won't even take a drink. You won't sit back and maybe like hit a joint a couple times or do anything like that, because you feel like you just can't stop. Because it's like if you stop, it's like the whole world's gonna stop, and you can't. And I realize that, but again, it's like times are changing and you have to adapt to that type of stuff. Again, it's like maybe realize that your kids are getting a little bit older, and they're starting to do things more for themselves now. I know it can be difficult a lot of times too for parents when you have an empty nest. Okay, because you're not constantly going after your children, trying to take care of everything, trying to take care of home. And again too, like, ladies, I understand that y'all are very independent, but if a man is trying to do something for you, allow that man to do that type of stuff for you, okay? I know if he's sending you scripture, he's sending you prayer, he's like, trying to be there for you. Again, it's like somebody could put their hand out and you just slap that shit away because you're so used to being independent. So that type of stuff doesn't mean anything to you. Now you do have the barbarian here, and then you have the Viking here as well too. So again, those are like warriors. Those are people that again, what they fighting, and it's like they're the ruler of their own ship. Okay, again, but he has that Viking cap on. So again, this is somebody who continuously has their thinking cap on as well too. Now with this seven of pentacles here, this is gremlin. So I want you to realize that, okay, you could be the sweetest person during the day all day long, but when that clock strikes 12, it's like you need to get your rest. You need to do those type of things, and the number one thing that your body needs is rest. Okay, so realizing that you can turn into 1,000 little gremlins here if you don't get your rest and you don't do the things, and take that little bit of vacation, take that little bit of time to yourself, go to the Bahamas, go to someplace again like the islands that's again U.S. territory. You don't have to worry about getting your passport to go do all these things as well too. And I'm pretty sure there's some places at the border that all you need is your ID to get across. Okay, so just kind of escaping, you be surprised, how much your environment grows on you as well too. And sometimes you just need to take a step away from that sometimes. Okay, now with this Ace of Pentacles, again, like when you see that ace, it says new beginnings. So again, when I see these new beginnings, I do see somebody going through this spiritual transition in life as well too. Again, if this is somebody who's like their mom, they've always had their mom, and that's the thing too. Like they always had their mom, so they realize like with this Ace of Pentacles is like they're trying to realize who the fuck am I? I don't I don't even realize who I am anymore. Okay, so again, it's like it's very difficult. Okay, also as well too, but I feel like this is like there's some new growth here, like some changes that's taking part is too. And it's like wildflowers, you planting all these seeds, you're planting all these seeds, and then something comes up from the ground and it surprises you. It's something that you didn't even realize that you planted, but something came in its place. Okay, so then again, it's like, the Lord gives you double for your trouble, right? You'll be double rewarded. But a lot of times, like when trouble comes in, it's double the trouble. So, and then you might feel like, man, I shouldn't even take this on, because I realize that I don't even have the time for this. Because again, but you have a lot of support system here, okay? But just be real careful, because what's difficult is that fake support, okay? Fake love that can be worse sometimes, okay? Than actually feeling like you don't have no support. And it's like you and two, it's like it's not about feeling alone. Okay, it's about those people that you're around who make you feel alone. Okay, and if that feels like you're putting in 50, 60 hours in at work, and it's like you're coming home and you feel like alone, and like you're alone all the time, so maybe that seems like the problem. Yes, I love the money that's flowing in, but at the same time, I realized that I kind of abandoned the people that I love, because I'm addicted to work. I'm addicted to some certain shit here too. But I feel like that's going to come to an end. But I do feel like somebody's needs to realize they need not just a budget, but a time budget as well too. So with this Ace of Pentacles, I feel like stuff is growing. It's very beautiful. Again, this is somebody who has sown seeds in your heart, and it's like again, it's like a lot of love to be shared. Okay, like that family tree. Things like that too as well too. And another thing too is like I see peanuts here, so like the peanut gallery. So like shit can kind of seem kind of crazy, but you got to understand too, like when peanuts grow, they grow and like grow, and it's before long you have a whole crop of peanuts. Okay, so again, this might be something new that you can do that's going to bring more money into it, and again give you some more peace of mind with this Ace of Pentacles here as well too. Okay, so things growing in your life. And we started off with the four wands, and it's like there's certain cards that, okay, a lot of these cards, they have some very very heavy significance. But with some of these cards too, you do have like a lot of celebration coming in. So again, it's like you have the Five of Swords here, and it's saying here too to call on your angels as well too. Now this is a very nice card when you're coming from the deck of cards, but if you ever notice in the Rider Waite set, when you have that Five of Swords here, this is dealing with some type of deception here. Okay, too, it's like somebody's getting away with something. Like maybe they haven't been carrying the burden like they're supposed to be carrying. You've been doing all the work for them. Even like this happens at work a lot of times too. Like somebody will leave early and you'll end up be doing all the work, but in the next time comes around, they come back to work and they still ain't picking up the slack. So then again, but also the deception here, I feel like something's been taken from you, but there's a dove here that represents that providence, that represents that promise. Like even though like when Noah's out there and it's raining for days and days and days, and there's a flood coming, there's floods coming, there's floods coming, and prayers to those people that have been dealing with the floods and all the rain and stuff too as well too. But there's like some type, the sun's gonna come back out, and that dove was sent out. So when that dove was sent out, it came back. Okay, they tried other birds, but it was the dove who came back with a piece of land. Okay, a twig or something represent that, hey, I've been offshore for a long time, but I'm about to be on shore. Okay, I'm about to find my piece of land, my peace of mind again. So when you see this Five of Swords here as well too, so again, remember to call on your angels. We all have free will. So then again, it's like this person, I feel like here, if this is a grandmother or somebody that's like this, that's like they I feel like they woke you up while you were asleep one night just to tell you that everything's all right. You might have even seen like some type of apparition with them or something like this. But this is a divine feminine figure that's telling you that again it's like angels are with you, that you do have spiritual guidance that's leading you into correct paths as well too. Okay, it's not to feel alone. Okay, that you have those around you that love you. Okay, so again, we're seeing that anytime I see the five, it always represents family for me as well too. Again, as you have the seven of cups here, was like all things are lost. Okay, so that's how you feel, like all things are lost. But then again, it's like how much belief do you believe in something? And again, I feel like this celebration is coming in. So don't give up this fight, because even though you feel like, oh, I've done my best, I'm ready to throw my hands in the air, like I've done, is it's just becoming insanity. But what it's saying here is like the higher uppers are telling you not to give up, because just like the Loch Ness monster, a lot of people don't believe, but there's people that have seen. And then that's the beautiful thing about it. It's like a lot of people don't believe in magic until you've seen magic actually happen. Okay, where those rare things that do happen, like we never seen a phoenix, but you might actually see like a peacock flying in the air or something that gives you some type of hope, some type of faith here as well too. And it's weird because nobody really talks about the Loch Ness monster, so you might see something on TV or something, they bring it up, it's like, oh, the Loch Ness monster or whatever. But there's a lighthouse here. So going back to this too, that song is like two ships just passing in the wind now, offshore looking for a lighthouse. So again, that light's gonna come on for you. Okay, there's gonna be problems solved here too. Somewhere, sometime between that half a moon. Now we're still into that full moon. So again, we're going into that waxing gibbous as well too. But as well with this seven of cups, thinking about those L words here: love, luck, and loss. Okay, but I feel like this is somebody here that doesn't really believe in luck. Okay, and but they do believe in second chances, but they're not going to press their luck. They're not going to say, once they got their second chance, hey, let me see if I can fuck up again, and then when I fuck up, it's third time going to be a charm. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to believe in those second chances and not press their luck. Okay, because there's a lot of people who don't believe in luck. Okay, so they believe in the blessing. And again, so we're here with this seven of cups. There is those seven cups of trickery. You can turn it as seven cups of deception, or seven cups, because you don't know what's in the cups. Once it comes out, it's like Pandora's box. You don't know what you're going to get once you open that. Okay, so again, like dealing with feelings as well too. Be careful who opens you up, because you might not like it. It might rub you the wrong way as well too. So I do feel like that's here. This is somebody who's very independent. Then again, it's like they feel like they don't need nobody. They just so used to doing shit on their own that they don't need no one. Okay, so I can kind of understand that, especially too with this death card here, like shit making you feel like you're all alone, at desperation, and you feel like you don't got shit. But again, that remember that when death does happen, especially in that family, it changes you. Okay, sometimes it can make you a little bit hardened to this shit. And you're already hard as fuck. So then again, you have that situation here with this seven of cups here too. Be careful what you pull out that sack, because again, it could leave you empty handed, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull out I'm gonna pull out some numbers, and then I'm gonna pull out Alice in the Wonderland, because I want to see. I'm gonna pull out just a card to kind of see if we're on the correct path. You have the two of hearts here too. So the two of hearts does definitely represents there's some soulmate energy here too. Again, those are some of those of you that's okay with having a soulmate. Okay, but let me put it this way. Okay, so a soulmate is somebody who always loves you. Okay, and it's a thing too. A lot of times I see this in this readings a lot of times too with the soulmate. Okay, that soulmate energy will constantly come out and then say, okay, they love you in certain ways, like they're not letting you go, even though you've released this relationship to the universe. You've done everything you could. You've apologized to them, even when they didn't deserve an apology. You've tried to stay in contact with them when they wouldn't contact you back. Again, with this two of hearts, there's a lot of love in this situation. You'll always remain loyal to them. If they ever asked you for anything, you would be there for them at the same time. But at the same time, it's like they go to everybody else with their questions, but they don't come to you at all. But for some reason, it's like you just have to allow the universe to love you, okay, in this way. Even though again, it's like they're and this person could be very talented, like they cut hair, they do tattoos, they're a hustler, they can draw, they're an artist. They always find some great music, all these things that you love about this person. But again, it's strong soulmate energy, but you just might not be on that path with them, okay? This again is like maybe sometimes y'all just cross paths every once in a while. Notice that the two of hearts here is kind of separate. And again too, like a lot of times when I see this, it reminds me too as well too of those okay, so in Native American legend, there's those two stars that stay beside each other, but they don't ever touch each other, okay? And the reason for it being is because they're twin brothers. Okay, one brother is really good and the other brother is really evil. So then again, you could also be on your twin flame journey as well too. But again, it just happens to be that that is your evil twin. Okay, so again, like some of those situations can be very manipulative and don't work out for the better. But again, there is this strong. Anytime you see this two of hearts, it is soulmate energy. This person does love you. Okay, they are someone special in your life, but again, y'all could not be in a relationship with each other, and again, y'all are not talking to each other at this time, is what I feel like with this two of hearts here. Okay, and you could be dealing with a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn as well too. Let's see what other numbers you have too. You have a six, so you have a two, and you have a six here as well too. So six is all about that balance. We talk about it a lot, balancing the highs and lows as well too, and to like balancing happy moments with sad moments as well too. So much shit can happen in a day, right? And we can kind of miss those signs that come to us that tell us that we are loved. So sometimes we miss that stuff. And then like when we see that spades, it kind of comes in a low omen. So then again, when you see this 26, you might not like this date. You might not have like, okay, I don't really care for the number 26 as well too. But another thing here too, when you see the six in the six and the other six flip the other way, that's a nine here too as well too. So 29 might not be a good number for you as well too. But I like to look at this like Highway 92, like the good memories that you have on Highway 92. It's an area that I grew up as well too, like a special highway that you like to drive. And again, taking that time to just breathe. Sometimes you just need a moment to breathe where you don't have no destination. You don't have you're not, you're not going nowhere. You don't feel like fate is running everything. You don't have no control. And this is another thing too, like a lot of times it's like we don't have direction in our life as well too. And I think this is what is really like, this person needs feel like they need some direction, but they lost that person who gives them direction. Okay, so then again, I feel like here too, like you trying to keep going to the west coast, but for some reason you keep ending up in the east. But that's okay, baby, because what I feel like here, even though you don't have the direction, that it always comes with instruction. So somewhere, somehow, you got to listen to your soul's advice, okay? Your heart's instruction, what the heart gives you, okay? Trusting your own intuitiveness as well too, and that is what, that's been instilled with you for lifelong. The strong women, strong men, okay? So then again, let me go ahead and pull out one number. And I just also want you to remember too, because I like to pull out at least three numbers, sometimes more than that comes out. I want you to remember those three folds of magic too. So if somebody here is like, they're getting tired, they're giving up or something like that. So they want to put out a money spell, right? Or put out a money bowl or something like that. Just remember that in magic, these things can come three ways. So whatever negative that you put out there, the negative is always going to come back. Whatever positive you put out there, that positive is always going to come back. Maybe not in a way that you thought it would be, but it does come back to you some way, somehow. Okay. So again, whether you believe in karma or what goes around comes around, or however you want to believe in magic, there's those laws. Everything has laws. The universe has laws. Okay, so in the moment that we think we get it understood, it's changing on us. Okay, so then again, you have to pay attention to those laws. All right, because a lot of times it's what stands is the law. Okay, whether you like it or not. Okay, so then again, but paying attention, so you put out that money spell because you kind of you're hungry and you want this shit to happen and you want it to happen like this, and sometimes shit just don't happen like that. So you put out a money bowl, you put out a money spell. Well, then, okay, so all of a sudden now you crashed your car. You walked out safely, but now you don't have a car. And now it's months before you're going to have a car, but you get that little bitty check that says here from your insurance, or here's for the tow company or whatever. But now you're faced with more unexpected bills because now you can't get to your job. Now you have to pay an Uber, you have to pay a Lyft, and certain things like that. So then again, I just want you to remember those three folds of law when it comes to magic as well too, okay? All right. So prayers and manifestation. Let's get one more number. All right. So good. So we had the Queen of Clubs. So anytime you see this Queen of Clubs, this is like somebody. Again, there's a couple of words that's coming out that I'm speaking. So like clean. So cleanliness is next to godliness. So again, like doing those things like around, like, so this is queen of spirituality is what I'm saying. So this woman in your life is represented as the queen of spirituality. Now this might be your energy, but they're telling you that you're on your right path, that you have the spiritual guidance as well too, okay? So with this queen of spirituality, it's always nice to see, okay? Because you could be fooled easily when you get that queen of spades, okay? But no, you didn't get the queen of spades in this reading, you got the queen of spirituality in this reading, okay? So that's very nice to see. So you have your three numbers here. You have 2, 6, and you have the Queen of Spirituality. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna pull out one more card for the Alice in Wonderland and see what the card has to say. I thought I was gonna have the book, so I thought I was gonna be able to read something to you, but I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it there too as well too. Just making sure that you have all your shit in order, okay? Again, like doing the best that you can, but again, it's like it's okay to do something besides just work all the time, okay? It's okay to do those things. You don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars and say, oh, next week, now I'm so worried because I spent a little bit of money doing this shit here, and now look at me. Now I'm like struggling this week and stuff like that. But or just having a family dinner, trying to get all the kids to the table, even if it's for 2 seconds, it's gonna be worth it, okay? So just things like that, just a moment, just to breathe and say, hey, we're family, like realize that we are family, okay? Let me go ahead and pull out Alice in the Wonderland. Let's just go ahead and chase the rabbit here for a minute. All right. Not my favorite, but I mean, it could be a Playboy rabbit, or it could be a what's another sexy rabbit out there? Roger Rabbit. Bugs Bunny. What's up, Dot? You know, health check. Take a mental health check. Certain shit like that. Real easy. Ladies, same thing. Do especially with your breast, there's certain things you can do. You can lift your arms up, check your breast for certain things like that too as well too. I know we're going into October, which is breast care awareness. Also too, it's like the month that we're into is very important. Also as well too, for those mental health checks as well too, you guys. But again, remembering this celebration that comes with that 4 of Wands too. Remember, like, there's birthdays coming up, there's holidays coming up, and it's like this time of the year is like, people's favorite time of the year, because they're getting to see family they haven't seen in so long. Maybe inviting a sister or a brother to come visit. So you had some more cards come out. I said four again, so four might be strong for you guys too. So four is all about stability too. So I told you 6 was balance. So I think that's what's important to you here, because I said four. So you have the chariot card here, here at the bottom, the overall energy as the chariot. So again, that chariot, a lot of times it's sweet and low, sweet chariot. That means somebody has been sent home. They're home now. But also too, a lot of times with that chariot is new transportation, okay? Treating yourself to certain things, going on vacation with this chariot. Okay, so a lot of times that means you could be going on some type of journey as well too. You're not feeling like you're in a fishbowl. You're not feeling like you're locked up all the time. Again, I feel like this is somebody who needs to get out there and drive, or hit their favorite highway, or the highway they grew up, even just going by the house that they used to live on or something. Think about some of the memories that's there as well too. Okay, so you have the one of hedgehogs here again. So it's about those new beginnings. I don't want you to forget about, this awakening. I can see that it's kind of rough for you as well too. I feel like this is somebody who needs to be given flowers. Giving flowers to someone, not just because it's a birthday or a holiday, or again about breathing, or certain things like that, but just giving flowers to themselves. So like some of those favorite flowers that you grew up around and stuff like that. I know like my dad used to bring when he used to drive semi trucks, he used to bring like those Venus flytrap, the Venus flytraps, the ones that eat bugs and stuff like that. So like maybe like trying to like get one of those and just see how they work, whatever. It's fun to watch. Okay, so with this three of flowers here too, anytime I see three, it makes me think about children. This is somebody who's a very encouraging mother. They're very charismatic, or father here too as well too. They're the provider. They're the protector as well too. um One of your children too might be going leaning into a different direction, and you want them to stay with what the family has going on, the family organization, but they're going in a different direction. But go ahead, and you have to trust them and trust their path too as well too. Again, a lot of things like, again, it's like we have to you make decisions on our own. Okay, a lot of times that's what we do. So then again, it's like you have to let them get their own experience with things as well too. And remember, we're all humans. We make mistakes, but here I don't feel like this is a mistake. This is something where you can grow your family business or grow your organization, grow and taking on different, looking at different prospects as well too. So I think this is a good idea for them. Okay, just allow them to know that they're supported as well too here when in this situation here too as well too. Um, but just ask them kind of nicely, like to keep you on the same page so you're not like going through loopholes to get the information. And as soon as I started saying that, my ears started ringing. So again, like anytime you hear that ringing, that's like the angels trying to talk to you as well too. That means frequencies as well too. That means also downloads of information coming in as well too. And with this full moon, there is what we just had the full moon on the 17th, the 18th. So again, it's like we're still in that energy as well too. And remember, that's truth revelation. So the truth coming to you at hand. All right. So you have the Knight of Hedgehogs here as well too. So again, it's like a reminder that things might be slow moving, but they're coming into action as well too. And as well too, you have the five of cups here too as well too. So it's like make sure that you're remembering that even though some okay, so maybe something happened, like you broke their teacups, or you broke something like antique of theirs or something like that, and you didn't think they would ever forgive you for that. But they're saying it's like it's okay, baby, it's okay, and it's like I love you no matter what. And it's like maybe I don't have all five pieces of my china, my finest pieces of Japanese ware, but at the same time, I still got two pieces left, and that means more to me than anything. Okay, the fact that you even got to sip out of that cup or whatever it was, that was a blessing. Okay, so again, remembering that you do have a lot of blessings here too, as well too, as again remembering that five has to do with keeping things alive, but not holding grudges. Okay, try not to hold on grudges to certain things too. And I feel like with this soulmate energy here, that's what's happening here, is like this person has a grudge towards you for some reason. Maybe some way somehow you chose your work over them, or you chose maybe you chose your kids over them, maybe you chose the life that you're living now over them, certain things like that. They still love you, but at the same time they're kind of still holding a grudge against you as well too. So again, I would my advice would be kind of like steer clear of that situation or whatever. That remember that the angels are always watching, and there might be certain things too that you don't realize, like when you do meet your soulmate, there might be certain parts of your body that you touch and you don't realize why you're touching that part of your body all the time. Well, come to find out, your soulmate be doing the exact same thing that you're doing at the exact same moment, and you don't realize, but the universe is always watching, so the universe can see those certain things too. Again, that's like it's love, it's frequencies, it's again that's a love frequency that's out there. Okay, so this King of Spears is nice to see, but it's again it's saying like you baby, you like you're again like you're so very strong, like you're just strong and independent. And again, going back to that King of Swords, you already had that King of Swords. again, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra as well too. You might be dealing with somebody who's in that air element. So again, it's not allow somebody to pour into your cup, okay? Allow somebody, like, maybe you, like, you're getting angry and you're throwing dishes around or something like that. Like, don't let that anger take over, okay? Because things are happening, good things are happening for you. Again, it's just taking a lot of time, okay? And I'm not saying that it's going to get better overnight. I'm not, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's just going to get better overnight, because it's a continual thing. Okay. We got to continue to fight for our families, continue to fight for our friends, and, allow these things to happen for us too. But every once in a while, allow somebody to pour into your cup. It's going to feel so nice when you go out to eat and somebody actually pours your glass of wine for you, or washes the dishes for you that night, or brings your food to you at night, or you can take that food home and have it breakfast in bed. Okay, so it's certain things like that that we take for granted that we really don't get to do for ourselves, because we're always doing it for somebody else. So again, allowing somebody to pour into your cup as well too, and not allowing your cup to run empty. Okay, so again, there's a choice that needs to be made here with these two of teacups here as well too. But notice how to see two, you at least you still have two cups left out of these five cups that were broken. Okay, so not looking back, but looking to what's making you feel refreshed, and now these two cups are fixed. Okay, there's nothing wrong with these cups, and we were just talking about that. So again, with that choice you have to be made here, is like one could outweigh the other as well too, with these there's two of hedgehogs. But this is like that lower arcana high priestess as well too, trusting your intuitiveness. Okay, thinking, knowing you're gonna make the better decision. And I know a lot of times, when again back into that loop again of things too as well too, it seems like, well, if I make this decision, it's still going to be the wrong decision. Well, if I make this decision, it could be the wrong decision too as well too. But nobody can predict that. Okay, a lot of people do believe in destiny as well too. So then again, it's like trying not to go against fate. Again, how I said, like, maybe you want to move out towards the west, but for some reason the universe is pushing you to the east because it has a job for you to do. Everybody has a job, okay? And again, that place might need you and what you have. Okay, and about this business growing too, I feel like there's a new start here with businesses wise too, whether you're making t-shirts or it, again, like doing a lot of those things. So you do have the judgment card here, so again, it's time to make that judgment. And now when you have the death card here with the judgment card here, it is very scary, because a lot of times when you see that, it again, it's about that judgment day. And again, it's about, like, somebody, again, like telling you, like, these are your wrongs, these are your rights, this is what, some things that you need to fix in your life as well too. This could be somebody who too that's had a close call in reality, and they need to remember that those promises that they made, they need to make them. I also feel like somebody here too could be having some type of pity sex too, like they pity that person. And also here too, like they, and again, I feel this is like strong sexual energy when you had that Scorpio, but again, that addict. So if you had some close call, like some overdose or something like that, again, awareness month for this month, again, September can be very difficult for a lot of people. We've had a lot of fallen soldiers in the month of September as well too. With this judgment call here too, we don't need anybody else. We don't need to be losing anybody else. Okay, so again, it's like, no, a lot of people don't feel like being chitty chatty with each other, because it's more heavy shit going on, and it's like shit we need to be figuring out together as a universal consciousness, okay, as well too. All right, so again, calling on this judgment card here too is, again, it's like family rising up, coming above. And again, it's like, somebody could, this could be their very first awakening, and that's the most difficult too. Whether you even had to call it on yourself to just wake the fuck up, maybe sometimes that's what you have to do, is like nothing came, like, but you're gonna always remember this day that you chose to wake up. Okay, and this again with this truth revelations as well too. But that's what I have for your reading here. Today is Saturday. Again, if you would like to book a personal reading, maybe get some more, perspective on this, and a different type of scope on the situation or whatever, please contact me. Feel free to do that. And again, the readings are only $20.24 again for the year, because it's 2024. And again, it's like, much love and light to you guys as well too. And again, there's a lot of truth manifestations here. And if you much love, that's the best thing you can do here, is like, send out prayers and send out love. So, okay, well, I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.